Spoiler warning if you have not seen Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian. If you have not, well, get the hell out.
This is the dumbest intro to the dumbest YouTube channel ever. The fact that you're still watching makes me think that you're insane. But thank you anyway.
Hey guys, today's video today will be a little bit special since I thought putting two videos together. So we are doing The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1 review, and we are talking about that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to reportedly be in Spider-Man 3. Alright, let's just get this one out of the way. So reportedly, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire have been asked to come back and reprise their roles as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3. And Jamie Foxx has been reported to replay Electro in Spider-Man 3. And also, we have heard that Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, will be in Spider-Man 3 as well. And people think that this will be leading into a new Spider-Verse movie where Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland will be in it. Personally, I think that this really cool, not because it's just fan service for fans and all, but I really think that it's a cool idea to have these guys play their roles again and to also introduce Spider-Verse. I don't know how they're going to incorporate this in the film, but I'm sure Marvel will find a way. And also, again, this will bring us into Spider-Verse, where we'll see 3 live-action Spider-Men interact. Also, I don't know how they'll get Jamie Foxx into Spider-Man 3, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like some multiverse phenomenon, something that brought him into the universe, that brought him into the MCU. And this would probably be the reason why Doctor Strange is reportedly supposed to be in Spider-Man 3. And which will also lead us to the Spider-Verse. Also, and one thing that might be a nitpick, I don't want them to steer away too far from Spider-Man still being on the run. And I hope that they don't, just solve it with, saying, we're going to leave that aside and we're going to focus on Spider-Verse. But no, we got to, focus on Spider-Man still being on the run. I'm sure Marvel will do that. I have high hopes that this movie will do well. And that's my thoughts on it. Alright, let's get into The Mandalorian. Now, I did put a spoiler at the beginning of this video warning you that you should not watch this video if you haven't seen the first episode of Season 2 yet. But if you have, alright, you can stick around. Now, let's just get the main spoiler out of the way. Boba Fett's alive. And to be honest, I think it's cool knowing that he's still alive. Because if we remember from Return of the Jedi, he went out in the worst way possible for someone of his reputation. And I think it's cool that he's still alive. But one thing that I'm afraid of is that this series might rely on past characters from other parts of the Star Wars franchise. I'm not talking that they'll bring in, Han Solo or Leia or Luke Skywalker or Chewbacca or anything. I'm talking about, characters from the TV shows. I've heard that they're bringing Ahsoka Tano in and Bo-Katan. I'm that's cool, but the reason why this show I think is so good is because it doesn't have any of the main cast and it's doing its own thing. I want the show to keep doing that, but I'm sure that the writers and everything will find a way and keep this show good. And I have high hopes for them. Alright, now, let's get down to the plot. Hey guys, sorry if you are wondering why the editing of the picture stopped. It's because the editing process was taking way too long for me to finish, and it was taking me forever to get this video out, so I thought, okay, let's keep what we got and just put in footage of me saying what the episode was. So anyways, it opens with the Mandalorian entering a town. I don't think we got the name of the town in the episode, but some people thought it was Tatooine. It's not, so just so you know. And it's from the opening scene. It's the first scene of the trailer if you watch the trailer for Season 2. And he goes into a fighting arena where 2 Gamorrean guards are fighting. If you know what Gamorrean guards or wondering what those guys are, they're the green pig people from Jabba's palace, and and sadly, one of them was eaten by the Rancor in Return of the Jedi. Anyways, so the Mandalorian goes into this fighting arena or fight club to meet with this mob boss named Gore Crush, who's voiced by John Leguizamo, I think, and he asks, Do you know where any Mandalorians are? Because I need to know where they are so I can find the child's people. So, and basically the mob boss or Gore Crush says, no, I don't want to tell you because I want your armor and it's shiny. And I guess alien mob bosses always want shiny stuff. Which would make sense. If you have Mandalorian armor, that means you can take on Mandalorians, I guess. Anyways, so basically there's a fight scene, and if you saw the trailer, you know what I'm talking about, or if you watched the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And it's really cool. It's cool to see that. One interesting thing that you might notice is that anytime the Mandalorian gets hit, the other guy who punched him is affected by his own punch because, you know, it's Beskar armor, it's pretty strong. And I just found that really funny, so I'm just like, that's cool because you don't have to move around that much, and also you basically just knocked out almost half everyone just by using your own armor. And one part is like where a guy tries to punch his face, but when he does, the helmet goes back. His head goes back, and the helmet hits the guy who's holding him in the face, and it's really funny. It's a cool fight scene. And so the Mandalorian drags Gore Crush out of the arena or the club or whatever, and hangs him from a light post, and then Gore Crush says, "All right, there's a Mandalorian on Tatooine," and when you hear Tatooine, you think Boba Fett. And as if you saw at the beginning of the video, Boba Fett's alive. And also, to Mandalorian, he's like, but I've already been to Tatooine because in episode 5, The Gunslinger, he was already there for a job just to get extra money. And so he's like, how could there be a Mandalorian on Tatooine? I was already there. So anyways, the Mandalorian takes his word and basically, he doesn't kill the mob boss. Or Gore Crush, he shoots the light post, and a bunch of like creatures from the shadows come out and kill him. And also that was really cool. And I just thought that was awesome. And like immediately, I was just like, "This is the way you're gonna start out your season." All right, I'm engaged. Cause I'll tell you why at the end. So Mandalorian goes to Tatooine, and he lands in Mos Eisley, which is where Luke met Han Solo. And he lands in the same bay where he met this other character who took care of Baby Yoda, and he asks like, "I was told there was a Mandalorian on this world. Could you tell me where it is?" And she's like, "Well, you're the only one we've had." And also, the Gore Crush gave him a name of the town. I can't remember what the town was, but it's basically an unknown town. Like, it's not on a map or anything. But, so she pulls up the map, and the town's not there, but she says, "Don't worry, it's there," because that map is from before the war. And so, the Mandalorian takes a speeder bike that she had, and, him and Baby Yoda right off to the town. And you notice and you kind of know like the Western cliches, or if you've seen a Western, you know, oh, it's this weird looking guy enters a town, or a mysterious guy enters a town, and everyone stops what they're doing and just gives him a look while he's riding on his horse. It's kind of like that in the episode, except, you know, space themed. And while watching, I was just like, this is why the show is so good, because it's doing what Westerns used to do, and this is why the show is so engaging and better than like redoing everything and doing the same thing over and over again like they did in the sequel trilogy. Anyway, so Mandalorian enters a bar where every character enters to get information because bars always have secrets. And he asks the bartender, "I was told there was a Mandalorian in this town," and he has no idea what a Mandalorian is, and he says, "Mandalorian looks like me," and he says, "Oh, the Marshal," which is what the episode is named after, and then we see not Boba Fett, but someone in Boba Fett's armor, and right when you look at him, I chuckle right when I looked at it, I chuckled because I was like, one, it doesn't fit him, and two, man, Boba Fett really has not been eating that much. And you immediately are like, that's not him. And also he talks, like, and if you at least know a bit about Boba Fett and Star Wars, you know that Boba Fett doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't say that many words. He's a man of not so many words. And that's why he's so cool. And the guy wearing his armor is just talking on, and that's immediately just like he's not Boba Fett. But then the Mandalorian's like, he then realizes that this guy's not a Mandalorian. I'm going to be saying Mandalorian a lot during this episode, a lot during this review. So he says, "You're not a Mandalorian. Give me that armor." And the other guy says, and the guy wearing Boba Fett's armor is like, "Well, let's just have a shootout for it, like the Wild West." And right before they're about to do the shootout, a weird, mysterious creature, basically like Jaw. They even say like the Dune Sea, so it's like Jaws except sand, and basically what happens is that this creature eats wampa. No, it's not wampa. It's something. It's some sort of like walking animal, and it eats it, and it's called a crate dragon. And basically, a crate dragon, I'm just gonna only say this: it can eat a sarlacc, and a sarlacc ate Boba Fett, supposedly. Anyways, so they come to a truce saying that if you help me get rid of this dragon, I will give you the armor, and they take the deal. So they go off to find where this dragon lives, and they come across sand people. Now, sand people, if you've only watched the original trilogy, are seen as bad guys. But in episode 5, they're kind of seen as negotiable and kind of nice. As long as, like, you negotiate with them, they won't hurt you. So, basically, the Mandalorian speaks sand people. So they come to an agreement that now both the Sand People and the Marshal want to take down the dragon. So they go to where the thing lives, and the Krayt Dragon eats one of the Sand People, and then they decide, and so they have a meeting at the Marshal's town, only with the Mandalorian and the Marshal and a bunch of people who live in the town, and the Mandalorian says that we'll need your help, and they agree, but when the Mandalorian says you'll be working with Sand People, they disagree, because they basically see Sand People to them are traitors, and and thieves because they steal from them, but also Sand People have problems with the townspeople because they kill their people. No, like the townspeople kill the Sand People's family and whatever. And this one thing I liked is that you knew that they were going to work together and they were going to solve their issues. And they weren't just like immediately going to be like, "Oh, I don't like you." They already do, but they do it nicely where one of the Sand People, like while they're like packing their weapons, one of the Sand People drops explosive, and it doesn't detonate, it doesn't kill anyone, but one of the people gets mad, and the Marshal says, knock it out, we're all working for the same, we're all working together on this, and let's just work together, then we can get this over with. And, at the end, they come together, and they form an alliance, like, we will not attack you unless one of your people breaks that treaty and kills one of our own. And basically what I'm trying to say is that it's nice to see that formula done in a better way than like, I hate you, and like, and then like, I just like that it's done better than how it's usually done. I don't know how I was supposed to say this, but let's just say that trope is done better in this episode. And by now they've killed they killed the Krayt Dragon, and the Mandalorian blew it up by going in getting eaten by it and blowing it up inside with a wampa or whatever it is called. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And so the marshal gives him the armor, and he says, "I hope our paths cross again," which I'm betting they will for the season finale. And the townspeople and the Sand People are on good terms for now. And so the Mandalorian rides off into sunset, and we see a mysterious figure watching him, watching the two suns. And basically what that always meant, if the character's watching those two suns, that means hope. Like with Luke and A New Hope, now with Boba Fett in this show. And I'm not counting Return of the Jedi or The Last Jedi because I might get hate for this. I don't say these movies existed. Like, I appreciate the people who worked on them, but they were such a mess. I just don't acknowledge them. But if you ever bring them up in a conversation with me, or if I have to, I'll bring them up and I'll be like, yeah, I saw those movies. They were good. Anyways, now seeing Boba Fett watch that sunset means that there's hope. And I was just like, yes, he's alive. So happy. And a bunch of people didn't realize this before, that's Tamir Morrison. He plays Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones, and I guess all the other clones in the prequels, except for the Clone Wars. That was animated. And he is technically playing Boba Fett. And when I said that, a bunch of people just said, why not just get the guy who played him originally? Well, we probably don't even know if he's still alive. And I think one person asked, like, why not get the kid who played Boba Fett in the prequels? The kid who played Boba Fett in the prequels is still pretty young. He's not going to be able to fill the shoes of, like, a 40-year-old Boba Fett. Anyways, so we see that Boba Fett's alive, and that's the end of the episode. And right when that episode finished, I was just like, God damn it, what a way to start out your season. What a great way to start your season by saying that Boba Fett's alive. And it's just awesome. It was just a great episode. I liked it. One thing that was kind of weird is that Baby Yoda wasn't, like, they just reminded you that Baby Yoda was still there, because he didn't do that much. And that was, like, the one nitpick I had. And also, like, I hope this series doesn't rely too much on other characters from, like, the past to, like, help carry the series. And the series is doing pretty well. I hope that, like, if they do bring in a character from the past from, like, the TV series, I hope it's just, like, for that episode. Like, they don't have them as, like, part of the main team. They just have it as, like, part of, like, one episode, then they go away. And I'll be fine with that because, sorry, I got, like, saying my head, that's, like, bothering my eye. And I'll be fine with that. But if they do bring a character back for another episode, I hope it's just like what they did originally for the season 1 finale, like bring them back as a team, and then they go off doing their own thing. I'll be fine with that. Just I hope they don't like do what they did like in Rebels, like they always recruited a new person every time, and they were always a part of the team. Because this series has done really well by being by itself and like not relying that much on past characters, and that's the only thing I have to say. And also, there was one scene where the Mandalorian wanted to get the Marshal out of the way before it ate him. He hit the jetpack, and it was the same way as Boba Fett went out in Return of the Jedi, and that was just a fun like a little Easter egg, and I thought that was pretty funny. And my theory for next episode, it's going to open with the Mandalorian riding back to the bay to get to his ship, and basically tell the lady, like, oh, I didn't find any Mandalorians, but I found this armor, and I'm hoping to, like, find our Mandalorians to help me with this, to help me to find, like, the child's people. And then Boba Fett will enter the room, and, like, they'll probably have a debate or battle about it or something. And that's what I think the next episode will be, or maybe it'll be different. We just let Boba Fett, and we just know that he's alive now. But I'm sure they wouldn't do that, to just have Boba Fett in one episode and not have him do anything. And that's about it. Sorry that this video took so long to come out. And also, if you guys are wondering why the Streets is taking so long to get released, we're having a little bit of production problems, but production will start up again soon, and we'll be releasing the trailer first, then the first episode 2 weeks after, and then every either Wednesday or Friday, a new episode will come up. And I will still be doing these videos. I'll still be reviewing stuff. I'll still be bringing you news from this type of media. And yeah, I hope you guys like this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Go ahead. And if you have any series that you want me to review, let me know in the comments. Alright. I hope you guys like this video.